What it do, y'all? Dr. Diddleman here, bringing a cure to your boredom, and today I'm bringing you the video that nobody asked for, but I really wanted to do. I've put a lot of thought and effort into this video, and it was actually really enjoyable. So, here we go. This is my top 10 favorite games of all time. All right, starting this list off is my favorite superhero game of all time. This is the second game of the Batman Arkham series, and it doesn't feel as restricted as the first game, Batman Arkham Asylum did. This is a bigger map you could play with. And this is definitely one of the first single player games that I was able to feel easily immersed and felt involved in the story. This game is what a superhero game should strive to be like. It stays true to its origins, it has great references, and it adds in new story elements that fit into the previously established world. The combat in this game is absolutely amazing. I've always been a sucker for the Assassin's Creed style combat, and I honestly think this just takes that formula and improves on it. The story is really good, and when I say really good, I mean really good. It's a true Batman story. It takes risks towards the end, which I really appreciate because they pay off and they're good. Also, the side quests in this game, they don't even feel like side quests, they feel like main quests. And speaking towards a quality of a game, that's always a good sign. If you're a Batman fan and you haven't played the Arkham series, I would highly recommend it. Even if you don't play through the full series, I would definitely play Batman Arkham City. This was one of the first strategy games I've ever played, and it just so happens to be one of my favorite franchises, excluding anything that came with Halo after Bungie. I've spent countless hours playing this game solo and even more with my friends. The story mode in this game is surprisingly good for a strategy game. I've played some strategy games where the story really doesn't fit right, but this feels really good. The cinematic cutscenes are some of the best I've ever seen in a video game. This, the simplicity of the strategy game is why I think I enjoyed it a whole bunch. It was my first strategy game, and it just being simple just made it easy to pick up. It didn't take much to get into, so you could just pick it up and put it down whenever you felt like. There's a metric butt ton of different playstyles in this. I think there were 6 different leaders, and each one had a different unique ability and unique units that went along with them. You could try each of them out. My favorite thing to do was probably play as Captain Cutter and spam ODST. Just start sending them down once you could unlock the ODST. If you like Halo as much as I do, then just give this game a chance. I think they just recently added it to Steam actually, so check it out for yourself. Now, this game is the first game that the best Mario brother got to take spotlight in. Man, this game is just good. It oozes with a spooky atmosphere. Everything about this game just is atmospheric. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing, and my hands down favorite part about this game is the nervous humming you can hear Luigi do to the theme song sometimes. I mean, just listen to this real quick. Yeah, you can see why I like that so much now. I remember the first time I played this game on the GameCube, I was probably either 7 or 8, and this game scared me so bad I couldn't even play it for more than 10 minutes. A few years passed, I blew the dust off the GameCube, and I tried tackling this game one more time. And let me tell you, I enjoyed every second of it. All of the bosses are fun and unique. The design of the mansion is amazing. It's pretty big, too. It's something different than a platformer or a racing game, which is awesome in the Mario universe. And the fact that it's Luigi saving the day makes it that much better. Yes, if you can't tell, I'm a Luigi stan. Try this game out for yourself. This is probably the least known game on this list. This is hands down the best Star Wars game I think I've ever played, and that means a lot coming from someone who's played Star Wars Battlefront 2 way too much. I've played this game a lot. I specifically remember one of my buds coming over and staying up all night and we played this game all the way through, no breaks. This is a first person shooter where you play as a highly trained squad of commandos doing specific tasks delegated to your squad. There are four members of your squad: Scorch, Fixer, Sev, and you, which is, I think your name's Boss. Each member has a unique personality, and they're quite funny to be honest. My personal favorite is Scorch. The combat in this game is really awesome, and it's pretty gritty too. There's a ton of different enemies, from droids to Trandoshans to Geonosians. Probably sounds like a bunch of gibberish if you don't know Star Wars. This game's story flows really well level from level. The one thing that does upset me about this game, however, spoiler alert, this game ends in a huge cliffhanger that's set up for a sequel that the game deserves, but it never received. It's a pretty old game, so it's hard to come by, but if you ever get the chance, definitely check this one out. Yes, another strategy game. Creative Assembly has always had good Total War games, from Total War Empire to Total War Rome. But when they made a game in the world of Warhammer, absolute masterpiece, baby. This game is definitely harder to learn compared to Halo Wars, the other strategy game on this list, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Let me explain using some scenarios. Do you want to control a giant dragon ogre who's getting ready to clobber some cowering human spearmen? Would you like to watch some filthy ratmen unleash a hail of green bullets out of their not so safe minigun into some charging orcs? Or how about command a line of unwavering dwarves as they hold out against a tide of zombies? Maybe you'd like to see a war mammoth fight a Aztec lizardman who just so happens to be riding a T-Rex. If any of those sound cool, which they should, then play this game, because there is all of that and many, many cooler things to witness in this epic game. Do I really have to explain this one? I mean, it's Minecraft. It's a great game with endless replayability, and I'm glad it's resurging in popularity once again. It definitely deserves it. Also, the soundtrack is a banger. Now, I struggled to pick between this game and Halo 3, and as you can see, I made my decision. I think this may be one of the best prequels in existence to a video game. Let's just start with the campaign. It was genius. You play as a squad of Spartans during the fall of Planet Reach, and if you know that Master Chief is the last surviving Spartan, well, kind of. It's a little complicated. The survival rate of you and your squad doesn't really sound the best. The campaign has a very Saving Private Ryan feel to it. You're given a particular mission to accomplish, and you and the rest of your squad will succeed no matter the cost. Definitely got hit in the feels with this campaign. Now, the multiplayer was probably some of the most fun I've ever had, playing Infected with my friends or SWAT. The customization you could do with your Spartan was absolutely limitless, it seemed. I remember me and my friends used to play something we called Forge Wars. We'd all build a base in Forge and then fight each other, forming alliances and teaming up on the others. Just a really good game. You should check it out. You know I had to do it to you. Yes, yes, and yes. Pokemon Platinum. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I have been ever since I was a little kid. My first playthrough of Pokemon was Diamond, I believe, the first game that I went through and beat by myself. And Diamond definitely has a special place in my heart. However, this game is everything that Diamond was, just add way much more in to do. Like, this game is just honestly better. I spent so much time playing this game on my DS, like literally, if I wasn't required to be somewhere or doing something, you could find me with my DS playing this. I picked Turtwig, as all good people do. Shout out to my Turtwig brothers, you know. Everything about this game is perfect. The new Pokemon, the soundtrack, the map itself, the gems, the different minigames you could find, and even the legendary was awesome. This is definitely the best Pokemon game that I've ever played. And that's saying a lot considering that I've played all of them except for Black and White 2. Now, this is a game you probably don't see often in people's top 10 lists, but I have a good reason for it to be on mine. I feel like everyone has that one game that was their first legit online multiplayer game that all their friends also had, and you just cling to it. Maybe? Well, that's what this is for me. This is probably my most played game of all time. The campaign is mediocre, it's okay, just to put it simply. But the multiplayer, my god, is the multiplayer good. Every map is amazing, except for Operation Firestorm. Screw that map. There's a good variety of guns, and they all feel good too. There's a decent amount of customization, and really most of my enjoyment comes from me playing with my friends. So this game may honestly not be as good as I give it credit, but whatever. I actually went back to playing this game a couple months ago and played with one of my old buddies, and it's still as fun as I remember. One of my favorite memories is me and my two buds getting kicked from a server for being way too good, and my other friend didn't. Just had to flex real quick there on my skills in that game. So before we get to my number one favorite game of all time, I figured I'd throw in a couple honorable mentions. So without further ado, here they are. This game is tons of gory fun. If you like third person shooters and haven't played this game, you should definitely go try it out. If there was one game I was ever to go pro in, it would definitely be this game. I felt that I was really, really good. Stardew Valley, what a fun and relaxing game to play. I just absolutely love this game. The only reason it's not higher up on the list is just due to lack of playtime compared to the other games on this list. I really should try and play it more, but if you're looking for a calm experience, please check this game out. The graphics are good, the soundtrack's even better. God of War 4. Man, is this game good. I bought a PlayStation 4 specifically to play this, and I don't regret it at all. This game is just that good. Everything about this game is great. And the only reason why it's not on the further and made it onto the list like the others is just like Stardew Valley, the lack of playtime. And if you haven't played this game, it's kind of hard to get if you don't have a PlayStation because it's an exclusive. I would definitely recommend looking into borrowing of friends or something. Do whatever you have to do to play this game because it's that good. And there it is, my favorite game of all time, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. If you know me well enough, you could have probably guessed this. This is Skyrim's predecessor that will forever be in Skyrim's watered down shadow. Yes, that is salt, but I'm not going to sit here and gripe about Skyrim. I'm here to tell you why this is my favorite game of all time. I remember when my older brother first got this game, I wasn't allowed to play it, so I'd watch him play it all the time. One night, we spent the night at my aunt's house and he brought over his Xbox. Long story short, he let me play the game, claiming our mother let me play it all the time at my house when my aunt asked if I could play it. I fell in love with that game the second I finished making my character. I think I was a wood elf or something like that. Everything about this game is great. It's perfect to me. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Almost every song on here gives me a memory from the game when I hear it. If you don't want to play this game, then if you do one thing for me, please make time to listen to the full soundtrack. It's absolutely great background music. The quests are master level, I feel like. The main quest is pretty solid and has an amazing end, but the game really shines with its side quests and guilds. The different guilds, such as the Dark Brotherhood, Thieves Guild, Fighters Guild, and Mages Guild, quest lines have never been done better in any Elder Scrolls game, especially the Dark Brotherhood. Let's not forget about the arena also, which is something I always like to do when I first start the game and I'm flat broke. Picking your character's skills I felt was tackled really well. The magic system I thought was really cool, and the fact that you can make your own spells is really cool. The only thing that this game has that hurts it is its outdated graphics and somewhat stale animations, which is pretty easy to look past in my opinion. Also, I think this harbors one of the best DLC ever created with the Shivering Isles. I don't think I'll ever find a game that will immerse me and captivate me more than this one. That could just be the nostalgia talking, but you know what? No, it's not. This game is absolutely great. In fact, I'm probably going to go play it right now. And there you have it, guys. That's my top 10 favorite games of all time. Leave a comment down below if any of your favorite games made it onto my list. And in fact, just tell me what your favorite game is down in the comments. Consider leaving a like on this video. It really helps support me and the channel. And also, if you would like to subscribe, you could come back and see what else I post. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good day.